Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurazo here, come at you guys with a Genesis Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch. The new format that has everybody hyped and everybody talking. Probably one of the only pieces of good news we got for Yu-Gi-Oh! This year. Now, if you do not know what this is, basically we have a format that has a point system, and there's different ways to play it. Every card is assigned a point value, and they vary, right? There's some with 100 because they just don't want you to play it. And there's some with 0, right? And what they have is they have point limits. So you can play some of the more powerful cards, but you got to choose which ones. Or they have like a no point tournament where like it's all low powered cards. Not only does this give a new format that has different ways to play it, right? Because you can kind of modify the rules if that makes sense. But it gives people an outlet to play pet decks, other decks, and decks that were good but not good enough. A problem that I've been seeing constantly in the game. Now, I will tease a future video, but it is going to be called Yu-Gi-Oh! Set Fatigue, and it's about how, you know, certain archetypes are good but not good enough, and how we keep getting a new set every 2.5 weeks, right? Like, I take longer to come sometimes than the set release difference date. It's kind of crazy. All right, guys, don't ask how. But we're going to get right into this. We're going to go over some of the good cards. We're going to go over some of the cards going up in that format right in this market watch. All I'm going to ask you to do is hit that like button, 100 likes on this video. On the last video, as of recording, right, I think I got maybe like 95, which is pretty close to 100, which is awesome. Thank you so much. That helps the algo. Especially with the changes where, you know, people have to comment the first few minutes for it to be the most effective, etc. So I do appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell. Algo doesn't want you to see these videos because my market watch information is too fresh, okay? That's because it comes straight from the house, okay? I wear a blue shirt like I'm Robbie. I'm not going to continue this. Point is, we're just going to get right into this over here. So, Dimension Shifter. This card right now is $16. That's a $5 shipping. 18. Going up to 28. Now, this card did get hit point-wise already. They are adjusting this format often. They didn't just give us it and say, hey, do they enjoy it without even bothering to look at feedback. They're already adjusting points, which is something I like to see. And right now, they did that with Shifter. This card was really good. Now, it might not be as good, but it's gone up nevertheless. This card was about like $10. It was still a staple. People want one copy, think it could go up. Now it's gone up. Again, it bombs out at 28. If this is a card that you want, for whatever reason, it's cheaper right now. But I did say that this is a card maybe you want to get a playset of when they're 10, just because I highly doubt they would have made it a Starlight, and it can only kind of go up from $10. Remember, the people were paying like 30, 40s for this copy. Return of the Dragon Lords. This got pretty big buff in Genesis. You target a level 7, 8, or 8 Dragon Monster graveyard. You special it. If a Dragon Monster you control is destroyed, it's going to be destroyed by whatever. You can just banish this from its set. So it's like a Reborn that also does something in the grave. This is a card that has been used in Dragon decks before. And right now they're $2 only. And this is the QC, guys. This is not like a promo QC either. This is just the QC. And while I am kind of thinking to myself, okay, I know it's not the greatest card, this is still a card that's existed for a long time. It's not exactly a Kaiba card, but a lot, because it's in Kaiba collection, and people usually saw it whenever they released Blue Eyes. There was a printing of this somewhere around the corner, and this has seen play before in Dragon decks like Blue Eyes. Granted, we are talking a while ago, a good while ago. This card got power crept who knows how long, ago. But this card is still really, really good in certain decks, especially with Genesis and with the buffs. And this card does have a little bit of legacy format and collectible. $2 is too cheap for a QC when people are paying $5, $6, up to $8 for the Kaiba secret rares. So this is actually a penny stock QC that I would highly recommend. Heavy Storm, this is 72, received Genesis buffs, goes up to 86. I do think this is going to be one of the high and, you know, type of QCs. I don't see this card ever in binders, ever. I think I got my copy for $20. I bit the bullet on this one QC, because if you guys know, I didn't really go too heavy in QCs because I was sick and tired of getting quarter century fatigue and getting tired of it. And I was like, I'm not going to get the blackluster. I'm not going to get everything in the book. But I did tell myself, you know what? I'll make a few exceptions if the price is right. Heavy Storm was kind of one of those in the middle. So I'm glad I got this at 20. It's something I don't see ever. So I would have never had an opportunity to get this. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of kick myself and shoot myself in the foot sometimes with these prices where I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get it because there's too much to get. And then you're late because support gets announced or whatever, and I'm like, man, that sucks. It really would have been cool, by the way, if the MST archetype had a way to search Heavy Storm and it came back to 1. That'd be crazy. I would have been very interested in that archetype, even if gimmicky. Plats are $8 here. You've got Block Dragon. Now, this is a card that got a buff in Genesis format. People are using this actually to play Adamancipator. Right now, these are about $10 here, 11. I went over this card when it was bought out. The graph is not really going to show up, but right over here in June, this card only had listings around $15, $16, $17. And it went down. I said it will go up because it's a banned card, so it can go up, as well as this card, we could get Adamancipator support, we could get off the list, etc. But you can also play it in Genesis format. Adamancipator Researcher, right now, these are, $17, $20, going up to, okay, nobody's paying $50. We do have an Ultra Rare, I believe. Yeah, we have Ultra Rares for 50 cents. And then we have Risen here, Dragite. These are $2. We are seeing that spike up right here, though. Really $3. If we go near mint here, what are we really looking at? 54 listings. And it goes up to about $3. So not too bad for this card. Again, not only are people trying to play Adamancipators, but this card is just a generic negate if you're playing a water deck. But do keep in mind, and I said this the last time I actually went over Researcher, which wasn't that long ago. I want to say it was about a month and a half ago. I told my audience, hey, we got Eldritch support probably, I think, twice. We got Rika support before. Eventually, we're going to get more Adamancipator support. It's going to happen. And I actually think that it's going to happen somewhat relatively soon. I think I'm putting my bet on 2026. It doesn't mean it can't happen this year, but we've got probably like 3 months left. And if I remember correctly, December is the month that Konami usually slows down. I could be incorrect, but I do think Adamancipators do have support lined up sometime in the future, and I'm going to stick by that. Now, you also have Adamancipator Friends. Now, this card was dog shit. Nobody played in Adamancipator when it was a relevant deck. But right now, they're $4. And you do have some walls here because people weren't selling this. As you see, it was $1, and then it just went up. People are playing this with Adamancipator right now because of Genesis format. You could play a card like this, which is really nice. And again, since you don't have as much power, really, to use, cards like this do seem a bit better. Monster Reborn, a card that you can also play in that format. Now, these are $10, $11, but these were always like 15, 16, and they went down. I think the reason this card went down, as you can see here in September, this is kind of close to when we got the tins. Why would this card go down when we have the tins when this card wasn't in there, you might ask? Let's just be real. This is getting a Starlight. I think we're probably going to get an Altar as a Starlight, but this is getting a Starlight. We all know this is getting a Starlight, all right? I know it. You know it. Your mom knows it, right? It's getting a Starlight. It's like, I want to recommend this card very badly. I really do. But I understand that this is kind of a risky card. Yes, even at $10, granted, maybe in the future, like let's say you get a place at 10, they make the Starlight, this goes to 5, 6, and then it goes up slowly because the other one was the Altar, or people want QC and Starlight, blah, blah, blah. It's still kind of worrying. I think if you can get for anything cheaper and you want to go and bite the bullet on it, I understand. Ohime, the Manifest Mikanko here. Secrets are $3 here. This got a huge buff with, the new format. And I think that, Mikanko is also due for new support. So getting these secrets are really good at $3. I would actually recommend it. Heavenly Gates are 3s. Then you have Seer, Hades, the sword. $30, not bad. You have the water one at only 16, 17. Not bad. The fire one is a better, just because I think that's the one that lets you go for game. Yeah, this is the one that lets you go for game. which is really good. Then you also have Mikanko Reflection here. Your CR is about 18 bucks. Not that bad. But then you also have your water arabesques here. They're like dollars if you want to go ahead and grab them if you want. Now, before I continue this market watch, very quickly, this is going to be like the only ad. Two things. First of all, if you're a channel member, thank you so much. Consider being a channel member. You click the join button, you get access to channel member videos, emotes. I added a bunch more, I think about a week ago, maybe not even. So you get those, and you might even get more perks, and you help support the channel. It's only like $2 a month if you want, or $5, maybe $10. It depends on how much you want to give me. Obviously, if I receive anything, I'm thankful, and you should not feel entitled to give it. In fact, thank you to all my YouTube channel members for giving me support, money, love, support. I really do appreciate you guys a lot, and your attention, because I do love making videos for you guys. Also, check out Whatnot if you guys want to get cheaper cards like Mikanko here, or you want to just grab some cards. You'll use my link in the description below. You get $15 on your next purchase. Helps you get cheaper cards. Really, really great. Also, hit that like button. Now, Lightsworns are very popular. It's always going to be a popular deck. People want to play it in Genesis, right? You got to remember that Lightsworn was pretty popular. Like Legacy of Destruction, like I say, got carried by Lightsworns. Obviously not. You had Yugioh, etc. But that set had a couple pieces to boost it up from D tier of a set. Because really we were looking at only Nightmare Throne. I think the Lightsworn support was one of those things. I do have the filter of near mint on. I guess, and verified. But if I clear the filters here, and I will do that right here, you see 62 and 60. You go near mint here, you see 52 and 58. And then when you put verified, which I guess I'm not going to find anymore, but I guess it's going to be there, it's a little less. Now, you do have, $2, $3 for your secrets and your ultras. And you don't have a lot of ultras right now. You really don't. I mean, they do go up to 5, though, so do keep that in mind. And then you have the QC, which I think, my opinion, this could be safe from a Starlight printing, because when they reprinted this, they made some of the cards they reprinted a Starlight, unfortunately, like Shining Sark, all that. So I think that the time kind of passed for them to make this. That's my opinion. Might be a decent card to pick up, but again, if you don't trust it, I understand. Minerva, just straight dollars here. They do go up to 2, very cheap. This is the highest, like, accessible version of Minerva, I believe. Because, yeah, you have the secret, you have the Battles of Legends, but it's an ugly ultra. I actually would recommend this as a secret. This is a beautiful looking secret, because you just got the 2 ultras here, and then you got the prize cards, which, guess what? Your boy actually has those pulled up. The ultra, completely bought out, no sales, but the super rare, 2,400. Now, I could have got this a long time ago for, I think, 400 bucks. And I really regret this. I really regret not getting it. This would have been really cool. And it's a card I low-key kind of want it. Still. But I'm not getting it at that price. So, we've got a lot of we actually got some Charmer support announced. We don't have the cards yet, but we're getting like I think it's either another wave of support or like a structure deck. But the Charmers haven't really moved. Your Hinas right now are like $9, $10. Very good. Your wins are 6 to 7 here. Your Linas, I talked about this at $6. They're 7, going up to 8, but they're not really going up too high. But our Light is very good. Then you got your areas at about 7. You got Osas here at 3. And then you've got the Starlight Osas at 25. I had to show those off. I also got to see Dark here. Dark's always been expensive, so I think I just skipped him off principle. Let's see here. The QCs are about 16s, better than the 30s to 40s they were. And the Starlights here, 48, 58. Not bad. Remember, these are safe from Starlights because they all came as Starlights already. So you might want to get your Charmers while you can. I actually would highly, highly recommend it because we don't know if that support's good or not, but people are going to want to play it. These are collectible cards. I really think that if you want to put cards in a binder and wait 3 years and wait for them to go up, the QC Charmers are very, very good. Like, they could be better than a 401k. I'm not a financial advisor, but I really, really think so. Because there's no way these Charmers stay under $20 in, like, the next, like, year. and a half, let's say, right? And I mean like Lina, Hida area. Win might just stay down, unfortunately. But you get the point here. I just don't see it, especially if they see play. They can really only go up from here. Now we have Dark and Dragon, one of my favorite cards of all time. If you did not know, this was one of the first synchros I ever received when I came back in the game when I was like 12. And I just loved it. Looked really cool. Loved its effect. No jump promos right now, but this is the one jump card I will spend money on. This is probably the only jump card I will spend money on. And it is something that I'm probably never going to have. Like, I'm not like, man, one of my goal one day is to maybe get... I'm never seeing this card. In fact, if I could see the card in IRL, that'd be super cool. But it is something I'd be interested in buying. It would be. But it would be kind of, in a way, a waste of money just because I have so many things in life. But if I had to buy a prize card, this is mine. Also, Konami, if we could get Blood Memphis in the TCG, it's been like 20 years. Okay, like 15. But still, that'd be great, buddy. That'd be great. Also, if you guys haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. And I want to know in the comment section below, if you made it this far, what you think of Genesis format. I would love to hear in the comment section below. Your QCs are like 15 bucks here. Not that bad for your QCs. You know, still a lot of money though. And then you got your ultras, which I prefer, at like $7, $8, going up to about 10, 11 here. So not too bad here for those. Not bad at all. I would actually say this is pretty good. Oh, wow, these are still high. We actually have some interesting cards here to look over. So, oh, I want to look over this. I know Dark Lord's got their support. Condemned Dark Lord going up from $5, $6 to 15. No reprint in 5 years. Probably 5.5 because this is dual overload. So I'm just thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's been 5.5 years since this card came out. I know people are probably thinking to themselves, there's Saki. There's no way. This was dual overload. I think that was like a March or April set of 2020. All I know is that we were in shutdown at that point. And yeah, crazy to see this. Definitely a card that needs a reprint. Let's see how dual overload is kind of doing here, actually, because this Mark Watch is a little shorter, unfortunately. I'll be real with you guys. I worked 10 hours today, and then I told myself I wanted to take my wife out for a little date. And it was great, actually. We went to the grocery store, and one thing I'm going to say before I go over this set is one underrated date spot is actually the grocery store. You know, back a long time ago, people used to like to spend time together, run errands together, and just enjoy each other's company. Two people actually have to like each other and actually be able to talk to each other, something that doesn't happen too often, unfortunately, but I could talk all myself, so it's never a problem for me, as you guys can tell. So I took her there, got her some gelato, and guys, they'll give you like a scoop and a half of gelato for $3. And gelato was like more premium ice cream, right? It was great. Would highly recommend it, right? Especially if they have food courts, you could just hang out. It's really cool, actually. But yeah, I took my wife there, had a great time. Had a great time when we came home too, but y'all know how it is. Usually, you know, I don't want to get your mother jealous. Tell her I still have some in the tank for her, but you know. Let's see how these are. So, you got 15 buckaroos. You got 8s on your Yugiohs. Now, I know people like this. I like this. I actually have one of these in my personal collection. Just because when this was like 40 cents 5 years ago, I threw some of my cheap stuff that I just liked like the artwork of in a box. And I'm like, I like this card a lot. Yeah, and this card was like 4s and then just went, I don't know why it shot back up. But yeah, these are money. Fish them out of bulk. Imperms are 5s. Dagdas are 5, 6s. Going up, actually. Your Asahimas are like 6s. This is like the Sprite Elf, but for XYZs. Animas are 3s. Launchers 3, but it got reprinted. Fun fact about these little things, by the way. These oversized cards. When I was opening this up with Team Sakurazo Jake, I didn't know what to do with these. So he said, hey, can I take them? Because my sister's a kindergarten teacher. And, like, she could, like, have the kids draw them and, you know, just have fun with them. I said, sure. And apparently they really enjoyed it, right? You know, they hung one up. I think that's really cool. And, like, they signed it. It was really, really cool, actually. So I like these a lot. They never returned, and I get why. I'm not saying they're popular. But whenever I see them, I just think of a story and a memory, and it's just great. My Anaconda don't. These are $5. I always told people this is a good card to get because 31 listings, selling to this day. When this card comes back with no reprint, it's going to be hard. Oh, it could get a Starlight Rare, though. It could, and it probably will. Kagari's low listings because Kagari's need a reprint for a while now, and this is the alt art. $3, not bad. Phantasmes are what the fuck? $7. What? Hold the phone, everybody. Is Papa Sakurazo missing something? Yeah, these are 15. Why do these go up to 15? These are OG. And they're like, what, $1 for a first ed? But, you know, players are stupid. They'll probably buy the unlimited thinking they're saving money. You got low listings on these supers. Yeah, $3, $5, $6. Let's see what else here. There is more printings of this card, obviously. Let me actually get them right now. Because there is the rarity. We're going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, you have the QC at 15. You have Platts PCRs at $5. Okay. You have Secrets, Altar Platinums, my fault. $5. Again, rather have that than $8 Ultras. Secrets are 3s. Altar PURs are 2. Yeah, it looks like people are maybe playing it this format. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Where's the supers? Guess it's not going to show me the supers. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, Phantasma is going up. Isn't it crazy what you could find when you just click a random set? Chocolate is $3. Gilgamesh is $3. This has no reprint. No wonder. Yeah, $3, $4. This was like a bulk card. In fact, I probably have some in bulk. I should probably get them out. Cyber Emergency is actually low on listings as well. I'm not too sure why. You got Secrets here at $8. You got Ultras at $4, $5. But you do have the Ultras, the Supers, and the Commons. So you're not starving for versions to play. This card does go up to 16 though. Sales history is there. I'm not too sure why this is actually getting bought out, because I don't know if Cyber Dragons are doing anything, but people have been playing around with Clockwork Knight and all that stuff. So maybe that's it. That's just my personal guess. Almirage, these are 2, 3. Magdalens, these are like $1. I want to try Madolche and Genesis, because if I can play Madolche, I will play that deck. Because when this deck got support, I don't know if you guys know this, I actually did not play it. I looked at it and I said, oh, they made this combo way simpler. That's great, right? I like that, because like same thing with Malice. When we didn't have to do the Terahertz combo, I was like, wow, this deck is way easier now. And it's the same, but for Madolche, I just didn't want my favorite deck ruined by Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! I think a lot of you relate to that. So I just didn't play it. But Genesis format, if I could play Madolche and know that deck's in and out, I will probably go every week and play that, and I'll probably almost never play Modern again. I know that sounds really bad, but I already like playing Edison, right? More than Modern, and there's enough Edison to keep everything alive. There's enough Modern out there to... I'll still go to Modern. I can borrow whatever deck. Huh, who knows? Union carry $2. Also, if you stuck this long in the video, I know I already asked you guys your thoughts on Genesis, but I will actually give you a hint. Me and some other people might be doing some Genesis videos soon, because I do want to branch out, and, you know, while Genesis is new, why not have some fun with it, you know? Dollar, low listings on that, that's odd. Quarters, dollar, MSD archetype, 75 cents. That would have been a cool QC. Deck lockdown, dollar, bulk, I want to say something about Hulk, bulk. This is all out, but that could go up if we ever get Link Cross. Dollars on Last Warrior, I'm not shocked at that. We don't have many holographic printings. A lot of this is on low listings, actually. Quarters, maybe it's used, don't know. Revelation, I always wish this card was good, but it wasn't. If you guys don't know what this card does, you add a plant monster with 2400 or more attack from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, especially when a plant monster with 2400 or more attack from your hand. So it's not too terrible, actually. I mean, maybe the new Black Rose deck could play it, actually. They do go up, but we have got Walls of China here, so, you know, I highly doubt it. And then Hulks are 50 cents. What are the other versions? This has a, you know, Haunting Ultra. But what are ultis here? Again, I think we might get a Starlight Rare of this card anyway, but what are ultis? Just for fun. You know what? $16? What the fuck? Yo, mama. What the hell? If you want your Hawks to gamble, $15 before 40, that's all I'll say about it. Can this card come back? Fuck no. I don't actually think it's gonna. I always look at the ban list of a when, not if, right? I always like to see that, but there's no way. There's just no way. If they ban Global to bring this card back, I really hate Konami. That's what I'm gonna say. But I even with like we're gonna be in a situation with 5Ds like Pendulum players are, where every time we get something Pendulum, they're like, oh, Electromite's gonna come back. 5Ds, Hulk's gonna come back. No, it's not. With that being said, guys, leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. What do you guys think of Genesis format? Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this market watch. If Genesis format starts popping off more, I might have like a market watch, a Genesis market watch, and then a market watch, if that makes sense. So let's say I upload a market watch Wednesday, right? And then, or let's make it simple, actually. Let's say Thursday I upload a modern, Genesis, or a modern market watch. Sorry for the confusion. Friday, I do a Genesis market watch, and then Saturday you get another modern one, right? That's just more market watch content, and, it appeals to everybody kind of thing. It's just something I thought about. I do feel the itch with this new format to actually try it out, upload a little more. But there will definitely be some videos. I already got something planned where I can have maybe something on my channel, record, have some fun with the format, learn more about it, because I have not played a single game. I have not played a single game, but I've been looking into it. And people are already hosting tournaments and hosting stuff like on Omega. So I kind of want, DB, all that. I know it's called Dueling Network, right? They call it DN, I think. I think that people still call it DB from Dueling Book days. But yeah, Dueling Network, eat my ass network. But with that being said, guys, what cards I'm going to go over next market watch? Let me know in the comment section below. Check out my other videos. They're like right over here. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.